And I think for the vast majority of you guys watching this, you've been struggling a long time maybe, there is every chance that you can be stronger and more capable after your back injury if you rehabilitate it properly than you were before, because before you never devoted appropriate time to actually building these things and you maybe didn't have the guidance, right? They are so important because if you don't think you're doing a squat every single day, if you think the squat's not for me, we're really going to struggle, because you're probably going to sit down in the next 5 to 10 minutes. You might already be sat down. And if you are sat down, how are you going to get out of that chair? You're going to do a squat. You can either continue to do the squat and hip hinge movements every day as part of your daily life with no guidance at all, or you can start to learn to do them correctly. But do not be fearful of doing a formalized squat and hip hinge, because those exercises then give you the mechanism for answering that important question. How do I know I'm making progress? And how do I know how far I need to go? And how do I know how healed this herniated disc is in my lower back? So testing its load-bearing capacity in a safe way is going to be the best way of us measuring our progress. So if I start out, as many members and patients have over the years, and I can't even do a squat to here, oh God, that's really difficult. I can't get out of that chair because my back is so bad. And then after a couple of weeks, maybe not that long, we realize I can now hold a weight, 5 kilos, and I can do a hip hinge, or I can do a squat, right? And then after a couple of weeks more, maybe a little bit longer than that, I've now got a 20 kilo. And oh gosh, look, I can do a squat now with 20 kilos. And then maybe I pick up the 36 kilo, 80-pound kettlebell in the corner, and I can do that. Is that not demonstration enough? I can't even carry my toddler at home because my back is so vulnerable and intolerant to load because this injury is there. But over the course of your rehab, over the 12 months that Darren's been struggling, for example, you're actually making progress. That is how you know how healed you are. But it's the best thing you've got. You have no other reliable mechanism. That's why you focus on technique first. So you have a reliable exercise that you can do in a controlled environment to both drive and measure your technical improvement and the healing process that is taking place in these discs. So you have a very clear understanding of what your spine and your coordination and your skill and your muscle strength is capable of dealing with. And you then look back and compare it to what it was before.